Hi, I'm Karen, and I'm going to show you how to make the Edison Fork-bot. Here's an example right here. It's a bristle bot made from a $1 toothbrush from the dollar store and 6 of the cheapest plastic forks you can find. Step 1 is you basically take your forks and you break them, leaving just a little bit of the neck. So you break 2 forks and then you line them up and put a little piece of masking tape on there to form them into legs. If you're doing this with really young kids, you might want to make the legs in advance and then just have them there for the kids to use. When you're making the legs, the key is basically, it doesn't matter if they're really high or really flat, but what you kind of want to do is make them as even as you can, so that eventually when you put your body on, it will lay on there kind of flat. Okay, so let's say I've made my legs. Then what you want to do is open up your toothbrush, and we're only going to use part of the toothbrush. It also comes with a battery, which is really nice. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take off the end of the toothbrush and it just pulls out, and we're going to save that. And then the only tool we will need are these needle nose pliers. If you look inside there, are you getting that, Martha? Mm-hmm. You can see there's a little thing in there that you want to pull out. Now we're going to reach in here and grab. It's actually 2 pieces that will probably fall apart when you pull it out, but I'm going to show you how to put them back together again. Oops. Okay. So I pulled out my pieces and they did fall apart, which is fine. And I just want to show you how they go together. Basically, the white plastic cap here, and then you've got the motor, which is a pager motor. On the white plastic cap, you'll see there are 3 legs that stick out, 2 plastic ones and a metal one. On the motor, you'll see that there are 2 holes here where the plastic legs go, and then on one side of the motor it's flat. On the other side of the motor there's a copper contacts. What we're going to do is we're going to line up our legs on either side, where they slide in, and we're going to make sure that our metal piece on the white cap touches the copper contact, because that's how we're going to make the motor run off the battery. So when it looks like we've got them in here, I'm just going to take a little piece of tape and sort of put a little bit on there as kind of a band-aid approach, because I don't want to wrap it up too tight in case the contact isn't good and we've got to take it apart. So I'm just going to put a little piece on here. Okay. And then we're going to test it to see if the contact works. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take our battery that came with it. The battery has a little knobby side, the plus side, and the negative side. We put the flat negative side inside on the spring. And then we use our cap. One thing to do on the cap is there's a little switch, and you want to make sure the switch is on. Okay? And when you look at the cap, you'll see that there's one piece here that has metal. And when you look at our plastic cap here, we have one piece of metal. What we need to do is make these batteries touch. Or the metal touch, sorry. Okay, look, it's going. Okay, so we know that our connections have made it, and so what we can do now is we kind of want to tape it with it still going so that we know that our connections are good. And then we can turn it off. Oh, I should have had the tape torn first. Okay, so now we can turn it off because we know it works, and I'm just going to tape it up a little bit better. Okay, now the rest of it is the fun part. So basically we take our legs and we line them up. We take a little piece of double-sided foam tape, cut maybe a 2-inch piece or something that'll go along the body of our little Fork-bot. Peel it off. Put it across the legs. And now, the really fun part, we get to decorate it. I've made a little googly eye thing in advance. So I'm just going to put my little googly eyes on here. And I've made a few wings, although you can do anything you want. And you can use glue dots, or in the interest of speed, I'm just going to use a little of the double-sided tape. Okay, and then you would put the other wing on the other side. So basically, what we have here is a little Edison Elementary Fork-bot. Enjoy.